What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming at you from Nerd Ventures Tower. We need to talk about Black Panther Wakanda Forever. There have been some juicy things teased out there about Namor, who's going to be the primary antagonist of Wakanda Forever. There are even crazy rumors out there with regards to the Black Panther mantle and what's going on with characters like T'Challa, Shuri, and Eric Killmonger. And there's even some Doctor Doom news. Oh yeah, baby, let's get into it. And of course, massive spoiler warning for Wakanda Forever, but I assume you know that. You clicked on a video that says leaks in it. So first up, I should address the elephant in the room. Yeah, I totally leaked a photo of Namor. But in all seriousness, yeah, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that, but now it's kind of out there. It is a blurred image of a design of Namor, and the TLDR on this is that Scooper, My Time to Shine Hello, basically did a drawing of the Namor design, and she was showing it off on her Twitter. I thought it actually didn't represent how dope Namor is actually going to look in the film, and so I wanted to share something to kind of get people more excited. And to just be clear, I'm actually still not 100% sure that even the photo I shared is real, right? I mean, it matches up with what My Time to Shine Hello did share, and I think that it's an actual representation of some design stuff, but I really have no way to know if this is 100% real, so just take it all with a grain of salt. Now, interestingly enough, with this being out there and with her drawing being out there, a lot of other people started speaking out about things they have heard about Namor in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And obviously, if you look at the drawing that she did and the blurry image that I shared, there's certainly a lot of Aztec/Mayan influence in the design for Namor. And it recently came out that, yeah, this is a deliberate choice and that they are changing the origin of Namor from Marvel Comics and adjusting it for Wakanda Forever. So in the comic books, Namor is the son of a human man and an Atlantean queen, and that's all taking place over sort of towards Europe, where Atlantis fell into the sea and all that sort of stuff. But in this version of the story, the actual city and where Atlantis is in the MCU is actually going to be located in Latin America. And so instead of having the city of Atlantis, you're going to have Tenochtitlan. And oh baby, if you thought my pronunciation was horrible on all other crazy things that Marvel has done recently, just wait until we start really getting into the Mayan Aztec stuff. I mean, no disrespect, but this gringo no hablo español, or Portuguese, or really anything other than English, and I don't even speak that well. So they're going with a new origin and changing it up to, I guess, kind of be representative of more Latin America, Mexican sort of folks out there, and I actually like this choice. It's really interesting, and the design elements here look and seem on point. And I also wanted to bring up this image here, which is a hat with this design here that was given to all of the crew that worked on Wakanda Forever, and a lot of people are thinking that this is a representative of some kind of Jaguar god from Aztec or Mayan religions. And yeah, they're saying that it is Tepeyolatl, the Aztec Jaguar god. And the thing that's wild about this image that not a lot of people are talking about is that it's actually a headdress. It appears to be a ceremonial headdress. And I'll also tease out here that I've seen photographs of Namor wearing this exact headdress. And so if that is a representation of the Jaguar god and Namor is actually wearing it, then they could be doing something really interesting with Namor, and he could be an avatar of a Jaguar god, very similar to what you see with Bast and the Black Panther coming out of Wakanda, and very similar to some stuff that we saw set up in the Moon Knight show. Because of course, Moon Knight is an avatar for Khonshu. We see a ton of other avatars in that show, including Layla, who eventually becomes the Red Scarab as an avatar for the Hippo goddess. Now, the other thing that's really interesting about the Namor design is that there are feathers on his ankles that sort of come up the side of his calf, kind of seeming more like a ceremonial feather, but this could possibly be an indication that Namor is going to get his winged feet from Marvel Comics, which is an indication of him still being a mutant. And I want to be clear here, because I don't know if he's actually going to be a mutant in the MCU or if he'll just be enhanced, and this isn't addressed at all. And I'm also not even 100% sure that those winged feet are still in the film. This could have been dropped very early on from the design process, but if he does end up having the winged feet in the movie, then I'll just tell you the design of these winged feet look way cooler than what you see in the comic books. And I also believe it could be an indication that Namor is indeed going to be a mutant. And I'll also share that I 100% believe that Namor is the main antagonist of this movie and that he is fighting some kind of a war against Wakanda directly. Early leaks and rumors about the film indicated that there were earthquakes or tremors that are actually addressed in Avengers Endgame that may well be part of the reason that the nation of Atlantis, or the nation that Namor is representing, is mad and is seeking vengeance against the surface world. And this may well have something to do with Wakanda. It could have something to do with the vibranium. And it is also rumored that this is how Ironheart is going to be involved in the film, and that she has invented some kind of a technology that can track these different earthquakes, or perhaps track vibranium in other parts of the world. And on a side note, I actually do think you'll see Riri Williams in her Ironheart costume, like actually suited up for the film. I'm not 100% sure of that, but she will be suited up in the future of Marvel, probably in the Armor Wars series. And I actually do think she's going to join the Wakandans and fight against Namor and the Atlanteans. Now, let's talk about T'Challa, because of course Chadwick Boseman's passing, tragic, and they have chosen, at least right up until now, to not recast T'Challa for this film. And I think a lot of people are worried that maybe Namor is going to be the one that kills T'Challa, and I'm really hoping that's not the case. And the only thing I can share with you guys about what's going on with Chadwick are two kind of crazy things. Number one, it was indicated to me that you're not going to see T'Challa in this movie at all. So even his death may be shown to us in story form, very similar to the story we get in the first Black Panther movie about how the vibranium landed and Wakanda was formed. It may well be that kind of weird animation stuff. Reminds me a lot of the way that He Who Remains told the story of his variants in the Multiversal War with that weird metal liquid type technology. And I think something like that is going to be used to explain that T'Challa is gone. But the other side of this is really weird, because there is a big rumor out there that Shuri is going to enter the ancestral plane at one point in the film, but much to our surprise, T'Challa will not be there. Now, Eric Killmonger will be there, and he's going to have a scene in the movie where he talks to Shuri, and that's going to be really interesting. I have no idea what could be discussed, and perhaps Eric will have some clues as to why T'Challa is not there in the ancestral plane, but it points to something really weird going on with the T'Challa character. Perhaps he's not even dead, or if he is dead, maybe there's a specific reason as to why he's not in the ancestral plane, and perhaps in another plane like the one we see in Moon Knight or something like that. And I'm actually kind of hopeful that this means maybe T'Challa's actually not dead, and maybe they will eventually recast or do something weird like a digital deepfake to bring that character back. Now, as far as I understand it, Shuri is going to receive the powers of the Black Panther and her own Black Panther suit in the film, and she will be fighting against Namor and Atlanteans, and it's going to be crazy, dude. Like, the movie's going to be nuts. Namor is going to be absolutely brutal. But it was originally the case that they wanted Shuri to remain Black Panther and the king or queen of Wakanda moving forward. But that has changed, partially because Letitia didn't want to do it, but also because there's a lot of controversy surrounding her now, and I don't think Marvel's comfortable doing that either. Now, the last time I heard anything about this was the fact that Winston Duke's character M'Baku would actually eventually take the power of the Black Panther and the mantle at the end of the movie. And I know that's driving a lot of Marvel fans crazy, because he, in the comics, doesn't even follow Bast. He's not even a supporter of Bast, so why would he become the Panther avatar in this film? I can't really answer that for you, but that is the current rumor, that Shuri will suit up but will not remain Black Panther by the end of the film. Now, of course, the really big twist that's out there, and this has actually been rumored for some time, is that T'Challa's secret son will be introduced towards the end of the movie, and Marvel is going to set up T'Challa's son as eventually becoming the Black Panther and the heir to the throne of Wakanda. And I am personally in the recast T'Challa camp. I think he's an incredibly important character, regardless of the Black Panther mantle or not. And I'm hopeful that perhaps Marvel changes course on this down the line, and maybe the ancestral plane thing is sort of a way to preserve that option for them down the road. But I actually am not super against T'Challa's son, you know, growing up and becoming a cool character. There's a character, T'Challa T'Chaka the second that was in the Exiles, and he's like the son of Storm and Black Panther, and that character was freaking awesome. So like something like that could be super fun to set up eventually. But I also just love T'Challa, and I don't think that we need to just say goodbye to that character because Chad passed on. We will just have to kind of wait and see how they handle it. And I will also say that take everything I'm talking about in this video with a grain of salt, because Wakanda Forever specifically has been through so many different changes, rewrites, and just reshooting, and just basically a lot of turmoil because, well, yeah, they were trying to make this movie without Chad while also honoring him and making a lot of changes and different decisions along the way. Now, last thing, let's talk about freaking Doctor Doom, who has been long rumored to have some kind of involvement in Wakanda Forever. And as far as I understand it, here's the way it'll likely go down. In a post-credit scene, you will likely see either Doctor Doom himself or Doctor Doom's second in command being involved and perhaps having some commentary or being revealed to be a power responsible for the events of Wakanda Forever. And the big rumor is that Lucia Von Bardis will be seen in the post-credit scene. And she's a really interesting character. She is the prime minister for Victor Von Doom, and she's usually seen dealing with the day-to-day politics while Doom's doing Doom things. So I think for now, the rumor is that you'll either see her or her and Doom in the post-credit scene at the end of Wakanda Forever. But either way, Latveria and Doctor Doom are on the way. I've heard they created a full costume for Doctor Doom. I've heard it looks absolutely amazing, but I'm not sure if they actually want to just pull the trigger on that for the post-credit scene with Wakanda Forever, or if they're going to tease him out for a different project. But this is pretty freaking wild, and it sort of indicates that Victor has been operating in the MCU this entire time, and he's not trapped in some kind of weird portal, or the Fantastic Four weren't sucked out of time from the 60s. There've been a lot of like rumors about how Feige's going to handle the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, but with him being set up this quickly in the MCU, it indicates to me that Doom has likely just been around and not been the focus of any of the events that we saw in the Infinity Saga. And so a lot of these rumors sound really fun to me. I'm actually really looking forward to Wakanda Forever. I'm definitely camp recast T'Challa, and I'm hopeful that that's still on the table even after the film comes out. But a lot of the stuff I'm hearing sounds great. So there you have it. I'm excited to check it out. Let me know your thoughts about all these different leaks and rumors with regards to Wakanda Forever in the comments section below.